Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Mari,
And I'm Matt.
and today we're talking about a topic that seems to start debates everywhere.
That's true. People argue about this online all the time.
Because today's topic is working from home versus working in an office. Some people say working from home is the best thing that ever happened.
And other people say they can't wait to get back to the office.
So today we're sharing our thoughts, our experiences, and some useful English vocabulary along the way.
And by the end of the episode, we'll tell you which option we'd choose ourselves.
And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We want to help you improve your English with daily life situations. I think what's interesting is that 10 years ago, this conversation wasn't nearly as common. Most people simply expected to work in an office. You got dressed, drove to work, spent the day there, and came home. That was normal.
Exactly. But now things have changed. Many companies offer remote work, hybrid schedules, or flexible arrangements. And people have realized there are different ways to be productive.
Sometimes I wonder if younger generations will even see offices the same way older generations did.
That's a good point. Some people entering the workforce today have never known a world without remote work.
For me, one of the biggest advantages of working from home is not having a commute. And honestly, I think people underestimate how much energy commuting takes.
That's true. And for anyone listening, a commute is the trip between your home and your workplace. So if you spend 30 minutes driving to work every morning, that's your commute.
I had a friend whose commute was almost 90 minutes each way. Can you imagine that? 3 hours every day.
That's 15 hours a week. Almost another part-time job. I actually had a coworker like that. He left home before sunrise. And sometimes he didn't get home until after dark. I remember asking him if it bothered him.
What did he say?
He told me he was used to it. But honestly, he always looked exhausted. And I remember thinking, there has to be a better way to live.
Exactly. I think that's why so many people fell in love with remote work. They suddenly got hours of their lives back.
And when you put it that way, it's hard to argue against it.
I'm also more productive at home. I know that's not true for everyone, but I like having control over my environment. My desk is organized. My schedule is organized. My workspace is quiet. And I can focus.
See, that's where we're different. I love the idea of being organized.
The idea?
Yes. The reality is another story. When I'm home, there are distractions everywhere. My phone, the refrigerator, the couch, the television. Sometimes I'll stand up to get water and somehow end up cleaning the kitchen.
That makes no sense. That's exactly why I make lists.
I think you make lists for everything.
I do.
And honestly, it works for you.
It does. When I have a plan, I stay focused. When I don't have a plan, I waste time.
Okay, that's actually good advice. But here's the thing I miss most when working remotely. The people.
I knew you were going to say that.
Of course. I'm a social person. I like conversations. I like hearing what's happening in people's lives. I like sharing ideas.
And I enjoy people too. But I don't need to be around them all day.
If I spend too many days alone, I start talking to myself.
That's a little concerning.
Maybe. But I know I'm not the only one.
I do think offices have advantages when it comes to teamwork. Sometimes it's easier to solve problems face to face.
Absolutely. I've been in situations where a problem took 20 emails to solve. And then somebody finally scheduled a meeting. And 5 minutes later, the problem was gone.
Exactly. And brainstorming is often easier in person. For anyone listening, brainstorming means generating ideas together. It's a very common word in business English. And honestly, some of the best ideas come from spontaneous conversations. Another thing people talk about a lot is work-life balance. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges of remote work.
I agree. When your office is inside your house, it becomes harder to disconnect.
I've experienced that myself. I'd finish work, close my laptop, make dinner, and then think, maybe I'll just check one email. And then one email becomes 10.
Exactly. And suddenly you're working again. That's why boundaries are important. When work ends, work should end.
I completely agree. And honestly, I think many people struggle with that. They feel guilty if they're not working,
Especially ambitious people.
but rest is important too. You can't be productive forever.
And sometimes your best ideas come when you're not working. A walk, a conversation, or even a break can help you think more clearly. What do you think about hybrid work?
I think it's probably the best solution for many people. And for anyone listening, hybrid work means spending some days at home and some days in the office.
You get flexibility, but you also get face-to-face interaction. It feels like a good compromise.
And many employees seem to prefer that balance. Honestly, I can understand why. I also think personality plays a huge role in this discussion. Some people are independent. They enjoy working alone. They enjoy quiet spaces.
And some people get energy from being around others. They enjoy collaboration. They enjoy conversations. They enjoy having coworkers nearby.
And neither side is wrong. The best work environment depends on the individual.
And that's why this debate never really ends. So after all this discussion, I think I'd choose hybrid work. I like flexibility. But I also like seeing people. I'd miss that.
And I think I choose hybrid work too. Maybe a few years ago, I would have chosen remote work immediately. But now I appreciate some in-person interaction.
Look at that. We actually agree.
Apparently we do. And now we want to hear from you. Would you rather work from home, work in an office, or have a hybrid schedule?
And most importantly, why?
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment.
And remember, improving your English is a journey. Keep listening, keep practicing, and keep showing up. We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.